consultant at the Philippine Heart Center and Chinese General Hospital. Let's all welcome Dr. Bernice Ong de la Cruz.
So,
Hi, Bernice.
thank you po. Good
Good
afternoon po.
afternoon. Okay.
I'll just share my screen. Good afternoon, doctors. Also, thank you, Dr. Jude, for that very kind introduction. So, magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat na nanonood sa atin this afternoon. So, I'll just add a little topic aside sa pulmonary rehab. I'll just add a little on COPD. Okay, especially this month, we're celebrating the World COPD Day. Okay, World COPD 2020. It was actually on the exact date is November 18th, last week, 2020. This is celebrated every year during the third Wednesday of every month, every November of the year. So this was actually organized by the Global Initiative for Chronic Obstructive Lung Disease, or GOLD, to raise awareness, share knowledge, and discuss ways to reduce COPD burden worldwide. Some trivia lang, ang first World COPD Day was held last 2002. And after that, started with 50 countries. After that, until present, we're still celebrating it until now. Yes. Okay, so ano ba yung COPD o chronic obstructive pulmonary disease? Sa global health problem, hindi lang po sa atin, that it affects also millions of people worldwide and causes significant morbidity and mortality. No? Sa buong mundo, ito'y pang-apat na dahilan ng pagkakamatay at morbidity, nakabaldadong sakit. No? In our country, ito isa sa mga top 10 cause of mortality and morbidity. At COPD also ay hinahadlangan niya ang isang maayos at makabuluhang pamuhay ng isang pasyente, which I will explain further later. No? Ano ba ang COPD or chronic obstructive pulmonary disease? Ito po ay isang matagalan, kroniko, pagbabara or pagsisikip, paninikip ng sakit sa baga. So ito ay isang karamdaman o kondisyon na lumalala at matagal, so progresibo, at may limitasyon ng paghinga at ay hindi ganap na nalunasan. So hindi fully reversible ang airflow limitation. So ito po ang definition ng GOLD. It's a common, so pangkaraniwan, no? Preventable, ito yung naiiwasan at nagagamot. May persistent respiratory symptoms, sabihin may hingal po, ibang mga sintomas, at may paninikip or yung airflow limitation, pagdaloy ng hangin ay paninikip dahil po sa mga problema sa baga, papakita ko ito mamaya, dahil po sa mga exposure sa noxious particles or gases, tulad ng mga usok at paninigarilyo. Okay? So ito po ay ang itsura ng isang pasyenteng may COPD. Ito po natin, may pagbabara o limitasyon sa daluyan o yung mga tubo ng hangin ay may kasamang pamamaga or tinatawag natin inflammation. Ang pagbara ay progresibo, sabi natin halong tumatagal, lumalala ang kondisyon. And the good news naman po, dahil itong sakit ay naiiwasan at nagagamot. Okay? So ano bang mga pangkaraniwang sintomas ng isang pasyenteng may COPD? Ito'y matagal na ubo na hindi nawawala, plema, okay? At may kapos ang paghinga. Ito isa sa mga dahilan kung ba't sila nagpapakonsulta sa doktor. Habang naglalakad or umakyat ng LRT sa hagdanan ay kapos sila sa paghinga. At paminsan ay may kasamang paninikip ng kanilang dibdib. Or minsan may sipol or may wheezing. Ano? So, ano bang mechanism? Bakit po may limitasyon ang daluyan ng hangin ng isang taong may COPD? So, tinan po natin, COPD may maaari itong emphysema or chronic bronchitis. So, emphysema, makita po natin dito, nasisira po ang mga alveolar sacs po. No? Kumpara natin sa isang normal na tao na may normal alveoli, ito po yung nangyari sa isang pasyenteng may emphysema ho. Okay? So ito pong dahilan kung bakit po naninikip ang daanan ng hangin. Okay? Another picture, ito po isang normal na pasyente na walang COPD. Nakita po natin ang daluyan ng hangin ay malaki, okay, at may mga support sa kanyang paligid. Okay, in contrast, sa isang pasyenteng may COPD, nakita na po ninyo, no? Very obvious, sira-sira po ang mga support dito. Okay? And then, may mga pamamaga or inflammation at punong-puno ng plema or mucus secretions na tinatawag natin. So the result, kung makumpara po yung daluyan ng hangin sa kanan, yung COPD, maliit ho as compared to those with normal airways. Okay? So ito pong dahilan kung bakit po may hirap po silang huminga. Okay? So isa pang picture, ito po isang normal na picture na isang daluyan ng hangin as compared sa isang pasyente na may COPD. So, ang nangyari, naiipon po ang hangin sa baga at hirap makapasok at tuwing naiipon po sa loob, ito air, tinatawag natin hyperinflation or air trapping at hirap silang ilabas ang hangin. Okay? So, ano ba mga sanhi ng COPD? Ang pangunahing sanhi, of course, alam natin, ito ang paninigarilyo. Okay? Okay. Ano ba ibang mga sanhi ng COPD? May mga genetics, okay, mga pollution, indoor or outdoor pollution, no? We have studies na nagpapakita ng mga biomass fuel, mga babaeng di naninigarilyo, but exposed sa mga biomass fuel, yung uling na ginagamit sa pagluto at hindi walang proper ventilation sa kusina, ay maaaring magkaroon ng COPD. And yung mga chemical o dust na galing sa occupation o trabaho nila. Okay? Ito po yung mga pictures ng isang pasyenteng ang COPD ay maaari maging emphysema or chronic bronchitis. Okay. So, paano natin ma-diagnose ang isang pasyente na may COPD o paano mako-confirm natin na talaga bang may COPD ang isang pasyente? So, first of all, usually they occur in 40 years old and above. And kung may simptomas siya like ubo, plema, at hingal o kapos sa paghinga habang ginagawa, and ma-exposure siya sa mga paninigarilyo o mga indoor or outdoor pollution. And then, ito pinapagawa natin ang tinatawag nating spirometry. Okay? In order to confirm the diagnosis of COPD. So what is spirometry? Ito po isang test, non-invasive test, to check for the lung function, no? Kung gaano nakakipot o kaliit ang daluyan ng hangin ng isang pasyente may COPD. So ito po parang tinatawag blowing test din ho, no? May isang aparatus ilagay sa bibig and then they will ask you to inhale and then exhale forcefully. Then by this testing, malaman natin kung gaano din ka-severe ang stage, ang airflow limitation. Pwedeng mild, moderate, severe, or very severe. So depende po sa numero, mas maliit ang numero, mas matindi ang severity ng airflow obstruction. Okay? Mas masikip ang daanan ng hangin. Okay? So nagagamot po bang COPD? Yes, no? Sabi natin ito ay may iwasan nga at nagagamot. So of course, sabi natin mas maganda na iwasan. First of all, pagtigil po sa paninigarilyo. At yung mga maintenance sa gamot po tayo, ito po yung mga araw-araw na ginagamit para makontrol ang simptomas. Like mga hingal, no? Mga plema, mga bronchodilator. It comes in different form. May mga dry powder, mga inhaler, o nebulizer. Okay? Yung mga inhaled corticosteroids. At yung mga rescue medications din po tayo. Ito yung mga acting, pangdalian, panlunas ng or pahinga, no? So, mga different types of COPD medications, pwedeng maintenance medication, yung regular na ginagamit araw-araw upang makontrol ang simptomas and also ma-prevent ang atake or exacerbation. Reliever medication, pandali ang ginagamit para magkaroon ng lunas agad hirap na and therapy medication, ito yung atake. So ito po yung hindi araw-araw ginagamit ko, no? Ito yung mga antibiotics, mga steroids na ginagamit upang masupo or makontrol ang attack or exacerbation ng isang COPD. So, habang lumala ang isang COPD, maaaring dagdagan ang mga gamot ninyo ng inyong okay? So at may ibang gamot, vaccination, bakuna, meron tayong flu, pneumonia vaccine, and also oxygen therapy, long-term oxygen therapy. So just a reminder, ang oxygen po ay isang gamot din ho. Hindi po lahat ng patient ay nangangailangan ng oxygen therapy at may tamang level din po ito, no? May harmful effect po pag sobra po ang oxygen level po. And lastly, pulmonary rehabilitation, which I will discuss, no? It's also one of the non-pharmacologic treatment for patients with COPD. Okay? So my next few slides will be about pulmonary rehabilitation. So ano bang pulmonary rehabilitation? Okay? So pag-usapan natin kung ano ba, what is pulmonary rehabilitation? Sino pwede mag-enroll sa isang pulmonary rehab? Paano ba ito ginagawa? At bakit natin kailangan ikayatin ang mga ating pasyente na mag-enroll sa isang pulmonary rehab? At kailan dapat i-refer ang pasyente for pulmonary rehab? And lastly, saan ba natin maaaring i-refer ang pasyente natin sa pulmonary rehabilitation? Okay. So COPD. So are there any other options like pulmonary rehab? Can this help also in decreasing mga symptoms, exacerbation, confinement, at mortality ng isang pasyenteng may COPD? Okay, so ano bang COPD or ano bang pulmonary rehabilitation? So ito isang comprehensive intervention base sa isang assessment ng isang pasyente. Okay? Tailored therapies which include but are not limited to exercise training, education, behavior change, may exercise, edukasyon, behavior change upang i-improve ang physical and psychological condition ng pasyente na may chronic respiratory disease. Okay? And para ma-promote din sila na magkaroon ng long-term adherence sa mga health-enhancing behavior. Okay? So, ang pulmonary rehabilitation isang programa na hinango sa mga pag-aaral at pag-analistik. So, ito ay may evidence-based po ito na nakakatulong sa mga pasyenteng may COPD upang guminhawa ang kanilang sintomas, mabawasan ang kanilang hingal, at ma-improve ang kanilang quality of life. Magagawa nilang dati nagagawa nila ho. Hindi magiging sagabal ang COPD para magawa nila ang mga gusto nila ho. So, ito ay naibabahagi ang angkop na pagtugon sa physical, emotional, psychological na pangangailangan ng isang pasyenteng may COPD. Tandaan natin ang isang pasyente may COPD, hindi lang po lungs ang problema, pati ibang katawan ay naapektuhan because of the systemic consequences po nito. So ang typical programa ay usually tatagal po ng 6 to 8 weeks, and then 2 to 3 times a week po ang session ng isang pulmonary rehab. So kapag nakumpleto nila ang programa, ay binibigyan ang mga pasyente ng hakbang kung paano ipagpatuloy ang exercise sa kanilang bahay. Okay? Ito yung mga home exercises. Okay? So ano bang mga goals o layunin ng isang pulmonary rehab? Ito ay para mabawasan ang sintomas ng isang pasyenteng may COPD, such as hingal, mga plema, no? Saka paghihina, mga deconditioning, no? Optimized functional status para magawa niya ng mga dati na nagagawa, gawain pambahay or lumabas at mag-participate sa physical and social activities sa kanilang community. Improve the overall quality of life. And lastly, studies have shown ang pulmonary rehab ay nakakabawas po ng atake. So, maiwasan ang pag-admit ng isang pasyente na may sa hospital due to COPD. So, as a result, reduce ang healthcare cost. Okay? Nakakatipid ang isang pasyenteng may COPD. So, ang primary goal, just like any rehabilitation, is to restore back the patient, no? Ibalik sa isang pasyente ang pinaka-highest na posible niya magawa before na siya sarili niya nagagawa, independent function. Hindi niya pinaasa sa ibang tao pa. Okay? So, I think that's the term rehabilitation, para ma-restore back, no? Sa dati niyang highest possible level of independent function. So, paano ba ginagawang isang pulmonary rehabilitation? Of course, may mga components ng isang programa. No? Sabi natin, it's a comprehensive. No? So, una, may exercise training. Main or cornerstone ng pulmonary rehab. So, mamaya po papakita ko yung mga pictures. Ano po mga klaseng exercises ginagawa sa isang pulmonary rehab. Okay? Psychosocial support. Okay? Nutritional counseling. Dito paano yung tamang wastong nutrition. Okay? Education. And lastly, outcome assessment. Just check natin kung after ba ng rehab, nag-improve ba? Okay? Nag-improve ba ang mga pag-ingal ba niya, yung nagagawa niya dati? So, ito po yung assessment. Okay. So, paano ba natin ina-assess ang isang pasyente? So, symptom. So, pagpasok ng isang pasyente, in-evaluate natin ang kanyang hingal, no? Yung questionnaires po, ito yung binibigay, malaman kung gano'n siya hingal. At nabawasan ba ito after ng rehab niya? Performance evaluation. Sa bahay, anong kaya niyang gawin? After rehab, ano pang mga may nagawa ba siyang mas madami compared dati? Exercise capacity, ito po yung I'll show you later po kung ano exercise capacity. And quality of life measurement. Ito yung mga questionnaires, ano pong mga nakaka-apekto ng quality of life niya. Okay? Test for the exercise capacity. It could be a 6-minute walk test, simple test. Papalakarin kayo ng 6 minutes, sa loob ng 6 minutes, isang hallway, kung anong mararating ninyong distance sa loob ng 6 minutes. Okay? Very simple way to check your exercise capacity. And may mga high-tech din po na tinatawag natin Cardiopulmonary Exercise Testing. Parang treadmill po to, gano'n ka patas na patas yung level ng hirap to see kung hanggang ang kaya na. So this will done before and after the pulmonary rehab. See kung may improvement ba ang exercise capacity ng isang pasyente kung sa pulmonary rehab. Okay, so ito mga kinds of exercises po, no? Sabi natin, both upper and the lower extremities are being exercised. So, bakit ho? Siyempre, naglalakad tayo, so yung mga treadmill, Or pag hindi po kaya ng treadmill, medyo may arthritis, you could also use the cycle or yung bicycle, stationary bike as a form of exercise ng mga legs natin. For the upper naman, very important din. Bakit? Dahil ang mga karamihan ng mga gawain pambahay or activities of daily living ay ginagamit natin ay ang mga upper extremities o mga kamay ho. Like naliligo, kumakain, nag-toothbrush. So this should also be strengthened. So ito po sa pamamagitan ng mga exercises, repeated exercises, improve the strength, okay, sa mga weights. Dahan-dahan po ito tinataas po natin ano, habang tumatagal. Also cycle ergometer, okay, mga endurance. Usually, sa simula, pag ina-assess po natin sa isa mga pasyente, usually would start at 10 to 15 minutes, and then gradually progressing until 30 minutes po. Okay? Okay. So bukod po sa exercise, tinuturo po natin mga breathing techniques para mabawasan ang kanilang hikal, no? So habang naggagawa ng trabaho or mga posture na magawa nila upang mabawasan ang kanilang breathlessness. So tinuturo po natin mga patient. Sinasabay po natin sa kanilang mga exercises po ito, okay? And education, okay? So it's one of the core component of a comprehensive pulmonary rehabilitation. So dito, sa simula pa lang, lahat ng topics in-encompass namin po, no? So, time of diagnosis, education about your lungs, mga gamot, mga exacerbation, paano mag-cope up, mga exercises, until how to plan. After, is malala na yung sakit. So how would you plan for your life? Okay? So education is a shared responsibility among the patient, family members, their support team nila, the doctors, specialists, and other healthcare providers. So this pwede po parang hindi lang po classroom type, sometimes one-on-one din po ang mga pasyente po namin. Depende po sa kanilang needs. Okay? About psychosocial support. So i-evaluate po natin ang mga psychosocial component na isang pasyente. Why?
And the specialty care setting and the cross-patient setting.
Yan, naririnig.
So the educational of 32% of patients have a high school reputation, and the 30 growing and the trend were generally comparable across primary and the specialty care setting, and the cross-patient and China that what healthcare reimbursement and patient disease. 4% of patients were partially or fully reimbursed, whereas 21.4% were not reimbursed. The higher proportion of patients in primary care had full healthcare versus a
your voice is still humming, so I will switch to the recording slide half of the presentation. Recording.
Ito narinig ko.
Ayun, nawawala na. Ayun, nawawala na. Wait lang. Ayun, nawala na siya. Tumigil pa ako. Yeah.
Okay, so let's go back. So these are our on the parts, no, or components ng isang pulmonary rehabilitation. So kanina breathing exercise, okay? It's the main cornerstone of pulmonary rehabilitation. Breathing techniques, tinuturo natin paano silang yung mga techniques ng paghinga, first deep breathing, diaphragm.
Hi everyone, welcome to this ATSR virtual meeting. My name is
breathing.
Ho Jian Wang from National Taiwan University Hospital. My topic today is the
Sorry.
risk of some overuse, over-reliance in asthma patient. This presentation provides a brief overview of the SAVA use in asthma on Sabina program and discuss key findings from the Asia cohort of the Sabina International Study.
Yan. Okay. Okay. Sorry. Okay. So these are the different breathing techniques, how to cope up with COPD, no? Ito yung diaphragmatic breathing, okay? And pursed breathing, okay? So diaphragmatic breathing, these are techniques upang mabawasan ang hingal ng isang pasyenteng may COPD, okay? So education, as I've said earlier, it's a core component ng comprehensive pulmonary rehab. Okay, so lahat po, paano paggamit ng inhaler, ano bang COPD, paano how to respond kung may exacerbations tayo, okay? Pati mga kamag-anak nila, no? Yung mga family members, you also teach them because silang kasama nila sa bahay, okay? And sabi natin kanya, psychosocial support. Because most studies have shown, most COPD patients, lalo yung mga severe, no, they are depressed at saka anxious po sila because natakot silang gumalaw dahil sa hingal po nila. So, studies have shown, may maraming benefit po makuha nila sa pulmonary rehab. Tinuturo po natin sila para mag-cope up with stress, mga stress management technique, mga relaxation training. Okay? And nakakatuwa po kasi minsan po nagkakaroon sila ng parang bonding din po, no, sa mga kapwa nilang mga COPD patients, then they share their experiences, kung anong ginagawa nila, and parang they have their own little family po. So pag may birthday, we have some little celebration. So this is parang support system din po nila, okay, as a patient with COPD. Okay? So now let's go to the next question. So alam na po natin kung ano po ang pulmonary rehab, kung paano po ginagawa ang pulmonary rehab. And next, sino po ba ang maaaring i-enroll natin sa isang pulmonary rehabilitation? So isang pulmonary rehab should be considered for all patients who have persistent symptoms, limited activity, or unable to adjust to illness despite otherwise optimal medical management. Okay? So ito is also sa ibang bansa, ito ay part ng evaluation. No? So kailangan mag-pulmonary rehab bago mag-lung transplantation or lung volume reduction surgery. Okay? So isang pulmonary rehab ay may be of value to all patients kung meron po silang respiratory symptoms, chronic respiratory symptoms associated with diminished quality of life. Okay, so hindi lang po COPD actually ang maaari. Although most of our patients are COPD, ito ay maaari din po sa mga patient na may asthma, mga interstitial lung disease, bronchiectasis, mga obesity-related respiratory diseases, may lung cancer, thoracic cage abnormalities, mga may scoliosis, severe scoliosis, or mga selected patients na may neuromuscular diseases. Okay, so ito yung mga maaari pong enroll. So any patients na may chronic respiratory symptoms ay maaari natin i-enroll sa isang pulmonary rehabilitation program. So bakit ba? Ano bang meron ng isang pulmonary rehab? Ano bang makukuha ng isang pasyente mula sa pulmonary rehabilitation? So ito po ay base rin po sa pananaliksik ng mga researches na naka-improve po ang pulmonary rehab sa mga simptomas ng hingal. No? Itong pinaka-debilitating symptom ng isang pasyente na may COPD, yung hingal po nila. So nabawasan sa deception, malaking bawas po sa kanila, pati yung plema nila, and nagagawa nila na improve health-related quality of life. So mas nagagawa nila ang mga dating hindi nila nagagawa. Okay? Naalala ko pa nga nung ako'y fellow pa ho, no? Isang pasyenteng hirap na hirap maglakad na pina-enroll, COPD patient. Actually, naka-cane pa siya noon, no? Pero after that, yung after mag-enroll for 2 months, we could see them na nakalakad na siya mag-isa na without even support o yung cane na yun. So ito yung nakakatuwa din po, no, na kahit paano nakakatulong po tayo sa isang pasyenteng may COPD. And aside from that, studies have also shown na naka-reduce ang number of hospital days. So sabihin, mas nabawasan ang number of atake or exacerbation ng isang pasyenteng may COPD kapag naka-enroll po sila sa pulmonary rehab. As a result, mas nakakatipid ang ating pasyenteng may COPD. Okay? So, when? So, kailan ba natin i-refer isang pasyente? Maaari sila mag-pulmonary rehab. Wag natin pong antayin na sobrang hinang-hina na isang pasyente bago i-enroll sa isang pulmonary rehab. No? So, even as early as mga, kahit moderate po, no? Pwede natin i-enroll na sila for pulmonary rehab para ma-maximize po ang kanilang ang kanilang quality of life habang maaga pa ho. And then lastly, syempre where? Saan po ba natin sila, ano bang mga hospital na mayroong ganitong programa? So currently, sa ating bansa, there are actually 11, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay, 11 hospitals na nagpo-provide ng pulmonary rehab programs. We have actually two sa provinces, one in Cebu, Chongwa Hospital, and also another one in Iloilo. Okay, so the rest are in the National Capital Region. So these are all the pulmonary rehab centers we have in our country. So, okay. So I think that's my last slide. Salamat po sa inyong pagkinig sa ating usapang pulmonary rehab this afternoon. Okay.
Okay, maraming salamat, Dr. Bernice, for that comprehensive lecture on pulmonary rehab. So I'm sure yung mga ating mga listeners and followers, especially mga pasyente natin na nakikinig ngayon, nagkaroon sila ng idea about pulmonary rehabilitation. Okay, so maraming salamat. So meron tayong mga ilang katanungan dito na minessage sa atin. Sa mga gusto magtanong, just feel free to type your questions po sa ating PCCP chat box. Okay? And i-discuss po natin yung, at babagatin po natin yung mga tanong ninyo. Okay. Isang tanong galing kay Mr. Armando Reyes. Doktora, may gamot din po ba na binibigay pa nag-enroll ng pulmo rehab?
Okay.
Siguro
So,
mga additional medicine siguro to, aside from dun sa binibigay ng kanilang pulmonologist, no?
yes. So actually we don't, usually kasi ang nire-refer sa amin, usually na-optimize na po ang medical management. Usually we ask them to continue their mga medications na binigay ng kanilang pulmonologist. Sa amin po, at our end, usually ang exercises po, tamang paghinga, yun po ang mga tinuturo po natin sa aming pasyente. So we usually don't give any additional medications already. More of exercises, education, what else, mga nutritional counseling, may mga psychologists kami na in-invite also for the lecture po.
Okay. So talagang very comprehensive ito.
Yes.
So you mentioned, Doctor, about exercise. No? So can a COPD patient on rehab, halimbawa wala sang session, can engage into mga Zumba, o mga Tai Chi, ayan, di ba? Kasi
Yes.
lalo na ngayon, di ba, may mga nauso, I think sa may Luneta dati, may mga grupo-grupo dun eh. So can they go there, halimbawa, tapos na yung session nila or wala silang session na sa hospital? Yan.
Yes, Doc. We really encourage them, no? Aside kasi yung maganda po, natatranslate po ang natutunan nila sa rehab as after rehab kasi ito yung programa lang po, no? So it doesn't mean after ka mag-rehab or MWF lang, during the times na walang rehab, we still encourage you to do physical activity. Yes, so like mga Tai Chi, Zumba, and then what else? Yung kakayahan, they know how to, yung intensity nila, no? So yun po, we do encourage them to do physical
Okay.
activity.
So yung ano yung kaya lang muna nila siguro,
Yes.
no? Okay. So how long does it take no yung para matapos isang session, Doktora?
Usually ang pulmonary rehab, typically 6 to 8 weeks po, no? So usually 8 or 2 months. Okay, so sa ibang hospital they have twice a week, sa iba naman 3 times a week, no? Studies have shown the longer, no, ang programa, mas may benefit. Of course, syempre, dahil sa financial, syempre kinakat din natin. But what we encourage them is after ka mag-graduate sa isang programa, you could still re-enroll or sometimes they could enroll you pang per session just to have that to keep them moving yung exercise po nila.
Okay. See. Because you mentioned in your lecture na it improves yung mga kanilang mga symptoms, di po ba?
Yes.
Tapos yung parang yung psyche nila no nag-i-improve especially when they see mga colleagues sila na parang may support system during the program.
That's true po.
Okay. So another question po, can I enroll even though I have diabetes or hypertension?
Okay. Yes. Yeah, we have a lot of patients na may may mga ibang sakit din po, no? Pwede po. Pwede kahit may diabetes o high blood or dapat ka sabihin ninyo kasi may mga precautions din po kami, no? O may mga sakit sa puso, no? Mga iba post-bypass, they could still enroll sa pulmonary.
Okay. Siguro hingi lang sila ng clearance na,
Yes.
doktora. Okay. Ito, parang interesting tong question niya. Okay. Can I still engage in sexual activity? Kay Mr. Ano nakalagay Mr. XYZ lang eh. Ayaw sabihin.
So,
Siguro pag nag-rehab siya,
okay.
yung
Yeah.
kanyang stamina siguro mababalik.
Okay, so for Mr. XYZ, yeah.
Yes, XYZ.
So I presume siguro she's asking kung may COPD. Yes, actually sexual active hindi po hadlang dapat ang isang COPD sa isang sexual activity. Although may precautions kasi actually nile-lecture din po namin yan sa mga pasyente. It's part of our educational topics, sex and COPD kasi may mga techniques po yan no? May mga techniques para less yung hingal po natin. So pwede po. Siyempre may mga precautions like for example, just mga precautions, no? For example, may COPD po tayo, maganda po mag-nebulize muna, gamitin mga gamot, o kung may plema man, maganda mag-bronchial, mag-postural drainage muna. Siyempre, ay natin naman na umuubo tayo during the sexual activity. Baka ma-turn off ang ating mga asawa, magalit, no? Okay, kung naka-oxygen man, make sure na naka-take mabuti ang oxygen kasi ay naman natin nangingitim na tayo habang the sexual activity. So, mga precautions, pero pwede naman po. Okay?
Yan. So, ayan. Mr. XYZ, narinig niyo kay Dr. Bernice. Okay, may mga precautions. Okay. Ito. Do may chance po ba, doktora, na when I enrolled or finished my rehab program, hindi na ako, I will no longer be using my oxygen?
It's not, hindi po, hindi porket nag-enroll na kayo sa pulmonary rehab at mawawala ng oxygen po ninyo, hindi. Baka magalit po ang mga pulmonologist sa amin po. So, hindi po.
Siguro baka they're thinking na mag-improve na sila, so
Yes.
off na yung kanilang oxygen.
Yeah. Although, ang mga pasyente may naka-oxygen, pwede sila mag-enroll sa pulmonary rehab po. Hindi po porket naka-oxygen na kayo, hindi na kayo pwede mag-pulmonary rehab. Maaari rin po. But you have to tell us para i-adjust po natin mga exercise.
Okay, exercises. Okay. So para daw po ba itong regular gym lang na nag-workout?
Ay hindi po. Kasi sa gym po kasi, the difference is healthy po sila, no? Okay, so in gym, although the principle ng exercise halos same, but syempre mas supervise ang pasyente sa pulmonary rehab or sa hospital, no? Because may condition tayo. Unlike sa gym, syempre we're assuming healthy po mga nag-enroll sa gym. So different kasi mas yung mga exercise natin adjusted siya depende sa sakit ng isang pasyente. O ina-adjust po natin.
Saka siguro depende rin, doktora, sa severity ng kanilang lung condition.
Yes.
Okay. Do all COPD patients needs to be enrolled sa pulmonary rehab?
Mas ideally pwede naman, usually based on sa gold, usually mga group B, no? Starting group B na patient na may simptomas na hingal, pwede na mag-enroll ho.
Okay. Pero siguro sabihan natin yung mga gusto mag-enroll dapat wala ng sigarilyo.
Yes. Yes.
Kasi pag nagsigarilyo ka at nag-enroll, sayang lang naman, sayang lang, parang useless. Okay. You mentioned kanina about yung mga centers who provide these services. Parang one audience is asking how much daw for entire package or session, parang ganyan.
Okay. So actually I'm not really very familiar with the actual price, no? So others ranging, I think siguro, if I'm not really very sure na, so it ranges, no? So usually it's a 15,000 package, but to be sure, you could call the number or you could actually PCCP, no? Para ma-connect, or those hospitals na minention ko to connect them for the right price. Baka mali ang masabi at ako magbabayad.
Oo. Mapababa. No. Siguro one factor with regards to yung rehab na pulmonary rehab centers, yung vicinity or area kung saan sila malapit,
Yes, sure.
Oo, kasi ang hirap kung say you're from Manila tapos doon ka pupunta sa isang rehab center na medyo malayo sa iyo, so traffic should also be considered. No? Baka mamaya magpa-uwi na lang yung pasyente at tamarin na, ayaw na. Okay. Oo. So, how do you motivate, Doktora, patients na yung initially parang feeling nila hindi nila kaya, tapos biglang nagsiskip sila ng mga sessions?
Yeah, we have some, no? Parang nag-drop out nga, no? So what we
Oo.
encourage them, no? We use may mga motivational techniques din po kami. We ask the open-ended question. Parang may mga motivation techniques kami ginagamit, and then sometimes pag may nakita kami mga hindi gano'n ka fully motivated, nag-one-on-one po kami. One-on-one. Hindi lang education na parang classroom type, no? We call them and ask them, no, kung ano bang mga problem nila, makakatulong ba, and then give them some motivational tips. And then we give them hope na hindi porket syempre from the start hindi pa nila kaya talaga ng gumawa ng matinding exercise. So slowly, once slowly, but then you could see after few doon nalabas ang ating mga improvement. So yun, we do a one-on-one session with them para ma-encourage po sila. And very important, we also talk to their relatives. Kasi usually kasama
Okay.
nila mga family
Relatives, no?
members. Yes, support system po yan. To encourage them also sa exercise.
Exercise, okay. So parang pwede yung support system nila ang no? Mag-motivate pag nasa bahay if they cannot go to the centers. Oo. Okay.
And then also yung mga kapwa nilang enrollees, kasi magkakwentuhan sila, syempre na sabi nila ma-experience sila kasi sometimes we have this session na they would tell their experience, na dati ganun din ako, nagsimula, ganun. So this will more or less also encourage them.
Okay. So, can we start a rehab program or session kahit na naka-confine yung patient? Siguro ito yung mga recently na nag-exacerbate siguro, no?
Usually, ang outpatient program po ang rehab program natin, usually pag nag-exacerbate, usually pahinga muna. We have to cover them first for 1 to 2 weeks, and then go back first to your pulmonologist and then ask them kung okay na, follow up muna, and then yung pulmonologist will refer you at the right time also sa pulmonary rehab.
Okay, so dapat not only physically but dapat siguro psychologically prepared din yung patient, ano? Oo. Okay. Here's another good question po, no? When do we expect to see daw improvements sa symptoms or changes, no? When they enter a pulmonary rehab session activity?
Okay. So by experience po, napansin po namin sa mga patient, no, yung hinga nila at saka yung intensity na exercise, no, usually you could see already some improvement after mga 2 weeks. Mga 2 weeks, you could see, parang mas nakakatakbo sa treadmill, mas marami siya nagagawa na. No? Yung hinga niya mas better na. Usually by 2 weeks, 4 weeks. Although, studies have shown, pag nag-stop ka ng exercise or rehab, yung mga nag-gain mo na benefits before, bumababa din. So that's why we always encourage na kahit graduate ka na sa isang programa, you continue to do your exercise at home. Para hindi mawala yung mga benefits na nakuha natin sa pulmonary rehab.
So sayang naman kung yung hingal mo halos nawawala tapos silang babalik na naman, ano? Mas nakaka-contribute to the psychological effect, no, nung kanilang COPD problem. Okay.
Usually by 2 to 3 weeks, ganun po, may mga improvement na po sila.
Okay. So mabilis naman po pala. Okay. Are there any special diet of a patient on pulmonary rehab?
Okay. Wala naman po. Balanced diet pa rin ang inaano po namin sa kanila, ang ina-advise natin sa kanila, no? So of course the right amount of carbohydrates, proteins at saka fats, no? And then also yung water, fluids, no? Okay.
Okay. Doktora, meron daw din po bang psychologist doon sa rehab program ninyo?
It depends on the rehab center. So in others, we ask psychologists to help us out sa psychological aspect ng isang patient. Pag hindi, as we do the motivational techniques.
So usually you refer them to mga psychiatrists?
Or psychologists, yes.
Or psychologist, okay. Tapos even with nutrition, no?
Yes.
Nutrition.
Also nutritionist pala. Yeah, we also have nutritionist on the program.
Okay. Ito, I don't know, I think nasagot nyo na rin po ito, no? What are the basic activities na pwede nilang gawin once they started a program. So siguro aside dun siguro sa program na naka-prescribe sa kanila or meron pa ba silang ibang pwedeng gawing activities?
Yeah, actually pwede naman, no? During their, actually pinaka-simple is walking. That's what we encourage.
Okay.
Walking, even walking, the very simplest walking, and then minsan kasi if they enroll, we give them a diary, no? Yung parang diary, minsan nilist nila, for example, non-pulmonary rehab test days, like say, Tuesday, Thursday, nasa bahay lang sila. Ano mga ginagawa nila? Walking, anything, biking, so any activities they could. But walking is the simplest.
Okay. I think yung iba kasi takot na maglakad kasi baka they're thinking na ay hihingalin ako diyan, di ba?
Oo. Marami ganun.
Yeah, so tendency parang when they're not in the rehab session, parang they go back to the usual nila, no? Parang nasa bahay, walang ginagawa, no? Hindi nag-exercise. Then when they go to the rehab centers, doon sila nag-exercise kasi they know that they're being supervised. Sa bahay kasi wala, no?
Actually, that's one of our challenge. Yan po gusto rin namin na hopefully that this rehab will translate na mag-improve ang physical activity nila. That's why actually, sa ibang bansa, they give them pedometer para at least para siyang may feedback na yung ginagawa. So yun, that's one of our challenges actually. But as I've said, you still can do activities aside from the days na wala kayong pulmonary rehab sessions.
Okay. In this time of pandemic, are the centers open?
Okay. So I cannot speak of all centers. So,
Yes.
but I think at my center we're open. But syempre, may mga precautions po. May mga requirements. So you could just call first. I think better call first kasi may mga screening po yan, no? And then screening for health symptoms, and then to see kung nakikater na po sila. But I think some naman, we're also having the tele-rehab na rin po, no? Kasi ibang patient, of course, COPD, matatanda, takot sila, no?
Na-expose.
Nasa ibang hospital, syempre may stigma sila, ayoko, baka mahawaan ako, may infect with maraming grupo. So, you could inquire pala if they have this tele-rehab. So, some centers already have this tele-rehabilitation sessions.
What about online rehab?
Ayun the same. We have. Actually, we're using the Zoom nga during the parang virtual.
Okay. So, parang andun din silang magkakaklase. Kasi if they're going to the center, tapos syempre meron tayong mga rules, so you cannot accommodate yung the usual na sabi natin, mga 10 patients. So, malungkot nga naman kung mag-isa lang siya nandun o dalawa lang sila, which is regularly, marami sila. No? So, at least sa Zoom, nakikita-kita sila, no?
Pwede. But you should also ask, kasi not all COPD are eligible kasi syempre may mga limitations in ang virtual or online.
Yes,
So dapat yung safe ba, yung sa bahay ninyo, number one, may support ka ba, may kasama ka ba, reliable internet, we also require that may blood pressure, pulse oximeter, just to check for the safety of the patient.
So parang regular sessions then outside of the hospital. So we need precautions then to monitor yung mga vital signs. Is very important. Okay. So parang naulit na ito pero sige. Can a patient on oxygen start a pulmonary rehab program?
Yes po, pwede ho. Basta bibring kasi if I think some centers naman, we have also may mga oxygen naman kami, so you don't have to bring your own, baka maubos. So pwede na.
Ubos sa biyahe, no? Ayan.
Pwede.
Okay, pwede pala. Okay. May isa, ano ba to? I think natanong na to about the cost. Okay. So, ito. Yung she's interested para sa father niya about yung psychological effect ng rehab. Kasi parang based on her question, parang may nagsabi sa kanya na mawawala daw yung anxiety.
Okay. It could help. Yeah, studies have shown isang benefit ng rehab program. Nababawasan. Actually, hindi mas totally 100%, but na magiging less anxious sila, mas less depressed sila because Siyempre sa hinga nila, they feel na wala silang nagagawa, no? I've seen patients, no, iba yung mood nila or yung parang attitude nila towards life after rehab. Yes, it helps psychologically into our patients with COPD.
Okay. So, yan po, no? Ang dami mong benefits na
Yes.
makukuha ng pasyente natin pag nag-enroll tayo sa pulmonary rehab. So, physically, emotionally, psychologically, and on the side, sexually, di ba?
Yeah.
Sexually, no? So, I think yung acceptance naman ng pasyente natin about pulmonary rehab, medyo okay na, no?
Yes.
Unlike nung mga una na parang ayaw nila yung mga ganitong klaseng program kasi they have to travel going to the hospital. So once they experience the benefit, I'm sure maganda na yung kanilang acceptance about the program. Okay. So I guess na-maximize natin yung discussion natin, Dr. Bernice. And again, no, you celebrated the World COPD Day, no? Okay, I was there. Tapos nakita ko nga yung mga pasyente na they were really masaya, happy, and they enjoyed no yung mga activities during the World COPD Day. No, it's just unfortunate na online, but I'm sure hopefully by next year ano na tayo ulit. Live na yung ating magiging World COPD Day. Okay. So with that, I'd like to thank again Dr. Bernice Ong de la Cruz for gracing our eighth watch party and again opening the eyes of our patients no on the benefits of pulmonary rehabilitation. And nabanggit naman po ni Doktora no yung mga hospitals na meron available ang pulmonary rehab center. So get in touch with the nearest pulmonary rehab center, and of course you need to ask them or inform your pulmonologist. Okay, so thank you very much again, Dr. Bernice.
Thank you po, Doc, for
Hopefully we
inviting.
can invite you again.
Yeah, sure po.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for attending our eighth watch party, and hope to see you again next week no, for our last watch party for 2020. So with that, stay safe, be safe, and enjoy your long weekend. Bye-bye. Bye, Bernice.
Bye,
And
Doc.
this has been the eighth watch party of the Philippine College of Chest Physicians in cooperation with Watson's. Shop for your health and beauty products at Watson's via store near you, online, or via delivery service. Also in cooperation with UAP, Valuing Life, Breathe Freely, and Novartis. Thank you very much.